The South Florida rapper on trial for of his two best friends? Well, we've seen him blowing kisses and praying while on trial, and his courtroom gestures have gone viral. The 24-year-old, whose real name is Jamel Demons, stands accused of shooting and killing Christopher Thomas Jr. and Anthony Williams.
YNW Melly went from a rising star in rap to facing serious trouble with the law. He was climbing the charts, but then got caught up in his alleged involvement in a double homicide that cast a long, dark shadow over his career. This is the story of tragic fate of YNW Melly. Early life. Born on May 1st, 1999, in Gifford, Florida, Jamel Demons had a tough start. Raised by his young mom, Jamie, who was just a teenager herself when he was born, Melly never knew his dad, though another rapper, Dante Da Gift Taylor, says he's Melly's father. Growing up, things weren't easy. Money was tight, and the family had to hustle to make ends meet. But Melly's mom, who was incredibly young at just 9 years old when she had him, did everything in her power to give him a good life. Melly's life took a sharp turn early on when he joined the Bloods gang. But music was his real passion, and by 15, he was sharing his tracks on SoundCloud, making a name for himself. Trouble wasn't far behind, though.
I know it was about a fight that happened yesterday, right?
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Well, I know you didn't have anything to do with it, but this is the reasoning why you guys got in an argument, right? Well, then help me set it straight for you.
When YNW Melly was a freshman in high school, he got into some trouble. He fired a gun at a group of people near Vero Beach High School. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Melly didn't get off scot-free. He was charged with 3 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and 1 count of discharging a firearm in public. But it's not just Melly in the music scene. His younger brother, YNW BS Lime, born in 2007, is following in his footsteps, rapping his way into the spotlight too. In 2016, Jamel Demons stepped into the spotlight as YNW Melly, a name that echoed his crew's motto, Young N-Word World, or Young New Wave. This crew was all about hip-hop, featuring friends like Anthony YNW Sackchaser, Williams, Christopher, YNW Juvie, Thomas Jr., and Cortland, YNW Bortland, Henry. Together, they were a force in the music world. Even from behind bars in 2017, Melly made waves with his first EP, Collect Call. It was a hit, packed with tracks featuring stars like Lil B and John Wicks. By 2018, he dropped catchy tunes like Virtual, Blue Balenciagas, Melly the Menace, and Slang, That Iron, plus others like 4, Real, Butter Pecan, and Medium Freeze. Fans couldn't get enough, racking up millions of views on YouTube for his music videos.
Please don't you cry, I'm sorry, I just call. Sometime I'll be home soon, it won't be long, I promise. I will be okay, just wipe those tears off of your face.
That same year, Melly's circle grew when he teamed up with Chicago's own King Von. They clicked, sharing not just tunes but also a music manager, Jameson 100K Francois. The big moment came in August 2018 with the release of his debut mixtape, I Am You. It was a hit, landing on the Billboard 200 chart in January 2019. Melly's music wasn't just heard, it was felt, marking his place in the world of hip-hop. Career. On January 18, 2019, even while behind bars, YNW Melly dropped his second big mixtape, We All Shine, featuring 16 tracks that fans couldn't wait to play. This mixtape was a big deal, with songs alongside stars like Kanye West and Fredo Bang. There was even a slick music video for Mixed Personalities with Kanye, directed by Cole Bennett of Lyrical Lemonade. By March 2019, Melly's tunes had taken over Spotify, hitting over 200 million streams and gathering a crowd of more than 10 million monthly listeners. The song, Murder on My Mind, was on everyone's playlist, becoming his most streamed hit.
I sacrificed for Murder on My Mind. When I put the song out, I violated probation because of the song. My mom was like, well, you should never put the song out, take it down. And I'm like, hell no. I go to jail for my song. I made that in jail from scratch. It literally came from the soul, you know what I'm saying?
Then, on November 22nd, 2019, Melly hit another milestone with his debut studio album, Melly vs. Melvin. It shot up to number 8 on the Billboard 200, his biggest achievement yet. The album featured hits like 223s, which climbed the charts too. Not slowing down, on November 29th, Melly teamed up with his buddy King Von for the Rollin' single. a track that got its own music video and was part of Von's mixtape, LeVon James. March 13th, 2020 brought fans a remix of Suicidal from Melly's album, this time featuring the late Juice WRLD. It was a huge hit, making it into the top 20 on the Hot 100. After a quiet year, still fighting his legal battles, Melly came back on March 5th, 2021 with Thugged Out, joining forces with Kodak Black. He kept the music coming with tracks like Pieces with Queen Naya and Best Friend 4L with Lil Che, all leading up to his next big album, Just a Matter of Slime. Despite being locked up, Melly's music was unstoppable, created from sounds he had put together before everything changed for him. YNW Melly's music stands out for its unique blend. He's got this way of mixing smooth, melodic tunes with a raw edge and songs that feel like heartfelt, gritty ballads. It's a sound that's all his own, making waves in the music world. Early legal troubles. In 2018, YNW Melly, whose real name is Jamel Maurice Demons, faced serious legal issues. On June 30th, 2018, he was arrested in Fort Myers, Florida. The charges were possession of marijuana, possession of a weapon or ammunition by a convicted felon, and possession of paraphernalia. In the autumn of 2018, his two close associates were fatally shot. The artist expressed his sorrow over the loss of his brothers in a heart-wrenching Instagram post filled with symbols of broken hearts. "They took my brothers from me over jealousy," he lamented, conveying his belief that his friends were watching over him from beyond. However, in a startling turn of events, on a Wednesday in early 2019, law enforcement officials arrested YNW Melly and another individual, charging them with 2 counts of murder. Authorities alleged that Melly was responsible for the deaths of his friends, accusing him of orchestrating the scene to mimic a drive by shooting in an effort to mislead investigators. This arrest marked a dramatic pause in the young rapper's burgeoning career. At 19 years old, Melly had been on the verge of national recognition, embarking on a countrywide concert tour and showcasing his life's opulence, synonymous with hip-hop success on social media. This included flaunting money, extravagant jewelry, and his gold-adorned smile. His recent collaboration with Kanye West on the track Mixed Personalities had catapulted him further into the spotlight, amassing over 17 million views on YouTube and earning him a profile in Billboard that praised his unique and compelling vocal talent. Amidst the swirling rumors and allegations, YNW Melly reached out to his fans through Instagram, announcing his decision to surrender to the police. In his message, he expressed love and gratitude towards his supporters while subtly addressing the accusations against him. "A couple months ago, I lost my 2 brothers by violence, and now the system wants to find justice. Unfortunately, a lot of rumors and lies are being said, but no worries, God is with me and my brother," he stated, concluding his post with a call for liberation. "Free us." According to online court records, Melly was denied bond. The charges stemmed from the deaths of Anthony Williams and Christopher Thomas Jr., both from Vero Beach, Florida. The narrative took a darker turn when, on October 26 at 4:35 a.m., Cortland Henry arrived at Memorial Miramar Hospital with the victims in his vehicle, both suffering from multiple gunshot wounds and later pronounced dead. Henry's initial statement to the police did not align with the evidence uncovered during the preliminary investigation. Further scrutiny and forensic analysis led to the conclusion that Melly had shot and killed Williams and Thomas, subsequently attempting to disguise the murder as a drive-by shooting with Henry's help. This tragic tale took an even difficult turn, as Williams and Thomas were featured in a documentary posted on YNW Melly's YouTube channel in December. The documentary eerily concluded with text claiming that Melly and his friends had been the targets of a drive-by shooting in Miami just days after the film's completion. They were shot. Trial and legal proceedings. Following his arrest in February 2019, Melly pleaded not guilty to the charges. Given the severity of the accusations, the state indicated that Melly could face the death penalty if convicted. The trial began with opening statements on June 12, 2023. The prosecution argued that Melly, along with his associate, staged the murders as a drive-by shooting and pointed to an Instagram direct message from Melly as a confession. The defense, however, argued there was no motive for Melly to kill his friends, highlighting the investigation's shortcomings and promoting the idea of reasonable doubt.
Cell phone was illegally obtained because it was out of the jurisdiction of that Miramar detective, and they also say that the cell phone taken wasn't the exact cell phone that detective listed in a warrant. That's just one of many motions that we got a chance to hear from today as the defense pushed for a mistrial.
After 3 days of deliberation, the jury was unable to reach a unanimous verdict, resulting in a mistrial declared on July 22, 2023. The jury's inability to agree after 14 hours over 3 days and even after an Allen charge, an instruction aimed at encouraging a unanimous verdict, highlighted the case's complexity and the challenges in reaching a consensus. The initial vote was 11-1 for conviction, but due to jury dynamics and allegations of manipulation, it shifted to a 9-3 vote in favor of convicting Demons on lesser charges of manslaughter.
The jury deliberated for a little more than 16 hours before telling Judge Murphy a second time that they couldn't reach a verdict. Now a juror has described deliberations to local10.com. There was one juror who had issues with the foreperson from day one, the juror said, at one point folding her arms and saying, "Done." The former juror described this juror as saying, "She was there to cause chaos. It's something we're never going to forget. We were all shaking at the end." Local 10 says the juror told them the woman seemed determined to acquit Melly from day one.
Experts have suggested that a retrial is likely, given the high stakes and public interest in the case. Under Florida law, the state attorney's office has 90 days from the declaration of a mistrial to bring the matter back to trial. The retrial, expected to address both guilt and potential capital punishment phases, remains a focal point of legal and public scrutiny. In the latest chapter of YNW Melly's legal saga, the spotlight once again falls on the rapper, this time casting a shadow over his second trial for double murder. A recent twist has put everything on pause. A judge decided that a promotional video showcasing Melly's journey and fame shouldn't be shown to the jury. This video, interestingly enough, concludes with a nod to the tragic loss of Chris YNW Juvie, Thomas and Anthony YNW Sackchaser Williams, the very friends Melly is accused of killing back in 2018. This decision didn't sit well with the prosecutors. They've hit back with an appeal, aiming to overturn the judge's ruling. This move has effectively thrown a wrench into the gears, stalling the trial's progress as the appeal meanders its way through the appellate courts, a journey that's expected to stretch over several months. The heart of the contention lies in a 20-minute documentary that delves into Melly's life and his meteoric rise in the music world, filmed right before the double murder accusation came to light. The video doesn't shy away from portraying Melly with a weapon in hand, and towards its end, it touches upon the deaths of Thomas and Williams. The defense team is fighting tooth and nail to keep this documentary out of the courtroom, arguing that it's mere hearsay and shouldn't influence the jury's perception. On the flip side, the state believes this video is a crucial piece of the puzzle, hinting that it could tie Melly directly to the crime scene. As this legal tug-of-war continues, the delay casts a cloud of uncertainty over the trial's timeline, leaving onlookers and participants in a waiting game as the appeal process unfolds. YNW Melly's letter to his mother from jail. YNW Melly's mom recently touched the hearts of many by sharing a very special Christmas moment between her and her son, who is currently behind bars. On her Instagram on January 17th, Jamie King posted a touching letter from Melly, filled with pure joy and surprise at seeing his family outside the jail. In the letter, Melly couldn't hide his excitement. "Hey ma, damn y'all made my night my whole month," he wrote, adding hearts to his message. "So glad I seen y'all. I hope y'all seen me. I know y'all did right when you went screaming, 'I see him.' They made you leave. Annoyed face. I'm so glad I seen you, ma. I love you so much. Tell Grandma and Silas I love them and appreciate them so much. It was good to see them as well." He didn't stop there, mentioning his amusement at his family's appearance from afar. "Dang B Slime still looked tall from way down there, lol," he wrote with a laugh. "You look so small, Lamau jumping up and down when you seen me. I seen your smile from way up here. Lit the whole jail up, even though they tried to make it the worst. Still, you found a way to make it the best. I love you, ma. I'ma give you the world, Pluto, and Mars when I get out. What you want Deimos to? Lol." The heartfelt post was accompanied by a photo of Melly's family outside the jail, holding signs wishing him a Merry Christmas. In her caption, his mom penned a promise of unwavering support. "I will always be here to make your darkest nights bright, even if I have to bring the light to you, son," she declared. "I love you, Yin Melly, so much, my firstborn." Anwa Melly's family found a unique way to share their love and support for him even from the outside. His mother and girlfriend turned the area outside the Fort Lauderdale, Florida jail into a celebration spot back in 2020. They brought the party right to him, complete with strippers, fancy cars, money flying everywhere, and a whole lot of dancing. Since his arrest in February 2019 for the tragic deaths of fellow artists YNW Sack Chaser and YNW Juvie in October 2018, Melly has been facing tough times behind bars. Another individual, 20-year-old Cortland Henry, also found himself entangled in the case, facing murder charges alongside Melly. In a recent outcry, Melly shared the difficult conditions he's been enduring for nearly 3 years in jail. He expressed his fears for his safety, pointing out that the new jail management, led by Captain Hubert and XO Jenkins, has made life even more challenging for him. As of this moment today, I am officially in fear of my life, he revealed in an Instagram post. He detailed how, since the beginning of December, he's been placed in a unit with 24 other inmates, facing stricter punishments than ever before. YNW Melly shared a harrowing account of his life behind bars, revealing the extreme isolation and scrutiny he faces daily. "I'm the only one in a completely empty unit, stripped of the basics. No phone, no TV, and not even a newspaper," he shared. His days are closely monitored, with cameras tracking every move to prevent him from sharing the mistreatment he endures. "It's like they're making sure I can't tell anyone about the discrimination, threats, and harassment I'm facing," he explained. Melly's situation escalates when he's allowed out of his cell for just 1 hour a day, forcing other inmates to retreat to their cells, highlighting the unusual severity of his confinement. He described the treatment as cruel, pointing out that it comes not just from guards, but also from higher-ups in the Broward Sheriff's Office. The rapper recounted direct threats from deputies and officers, including alarming warnings from Sergeant Anthony Kidd and Lieutenant Jean-Baptiste about being hidden from the world and facing daily beatings. These threats were so severe that Melly felt his only option was to speak out, fearing he might otherwise suffer violence like other inmates in Broward County's main jail. In the wake of these distressing conditions, Melly's phone privileges were revoked, cutting off his critical line of communication with his family and lawyers, especially during the holiday season. They claim it's because of infractions over the last 7 months, but that's not true. They banned my phone access indefinitely after just one instance where I used another inmate's PIN, he clarified. This measure has left him unable to report any incidents of abuse or harassment to his loved ones or legal team. Amidst these trials, a glimmer of hope faded for Melly when a Florida appeals court decided he could still face the death penalty if convicted of double murder, a charge he steadfastly denies. With his trial delayed again in July, Melly's fight for justice and freedom continues under increasingly challenging conditions. Through it all, his mother stands by him, countering accusations of lying with a simple, powerful message: "I love my son." Similar case. In a world not too far from YNW Melly's struggles, another Florida native, Kodak Black, carved his path from the streets of Pompano Beach to the spotlight of the rap world. Born Duson Octave and raised in the Golden Acres projects, Kodak's early life was filled with challenges similar to many stories of hardship and resilience. Growing up, Kodak was no stranger to the struggles that come with life in low-income neighborhoods, facing adversities that would later shape his music and persona. Kodak turned to rap as an escape and a form of expression, channeling his experiences into his lyrics from a young age. He recorded his first tracks at just 12 years old, using music as a diary of his life, filled with tales of survival, loss, and the pursuit of a better life. His raw and authentic storytelling quickly set him apart, catching the ears of those hungry for genuine narratives. His breakthrough came with the 2014 hit No Flockin', which showcased his unique flow and lyrical prowess. The song became an anthem, not just in Florida, but across the United States, catapulting Kodak into the limelight. His unapologetic honesty and ability to connect with listeners on a personal level made him a standout figure in the rap scene. Kodak's rise to fame was meteoric, but not without its hurdles. As his star ascended, he faced legal issues that threatened to derail his career. Yet, through it all, his music remained a constant, with albums like Painting Pictures and Dying to Live achieving critical and commercial success. These projects further solidified his status as a significant voice in rap, using his platform to speak on issues close to his heart and community. Legal disputes of Kodak Black. Kodak Black's journey through the legal system has been a tumultuous one, marked by a series of events that have captured the attention of fans and critics alike. Kodak's legal saga began on December 7, 2023, when he found himself in hot water once again. This time, The incident occurred in Plantation, Florida, leading to charges of cocaine possession and evidence tampering. According to reports, the situation escalated when a police officer claimed Kodak was attempting to swallow white powder during a traffic stop. However, the plot thickened when, just a week later, Kodak denied having cocaine on the night of his arrest during an Instagram live session. His narrative took another turn less than a week after that, as he was taken into federal custody for violating his pretrial conditions from a 2019 federal gun case. As the legal proceedings continued, an interesting twist emerged. Lab results from January 9th revealed that the white powder in question was actually oxycodone, a medication prescribed to Kodak. This revelation led to a change in the charges to possession of oxycodone. In response, Kodak's attorney, Bradford Cohen, filed a motion on January 19th to dismiss the charges. Cohen argued that it was an abuse of discretion to charge an individual who had a valid prescription for the substance found. He highlighted the mishandling and misrepresentation by the officer involved, pointing out the broader issue of bias against Kodak in the legal system.
Rapper Kodak Black is back behind bars. The Miami Herald reports the rapper, whose real name is Bill Capri, is being held at the Miami Federal Detention Center for violating his probation. This is allegedly linked to a case from 2019 when he pleaded guilty to lying on a background check. Most recently, Capri was arrested earlier this month in Plantation on drug charges. Despite these complications, Kodak remains in custody at the Federal Detention Center in Miami, with his legal team fighting to clear his name. The next significant date in this saga is February 21st, when a judge will decide whether Kodak's pretrial conditions will be revoked, potentially leading to his release or further detention. The stories of YNW Melly and Kodak Black are both sad and eye-opening. They show us what can happen when big dreams and tough times mix. Melly and Kodak, both from Florida, reached the stars with their music, but found themselves in trouble with the law. Melly shares his feelings from jail, while Kodak faces one legal fight after another. Their lives remind us of the thin line between success and hardship. That's it for today. If you enjoyed this video, click on the boxes playing on your screen to watch similar content.